Hey awesome ones, Heather here. And if you're going to see them in just a few seconds, how sparse and awful my eyebrows were before I put on this eyebrow makeup. And really, I was nervous about this because I thought to myself, am I able to do it? And I think I did. So if you've got those sparse or weird or unshaped brows, have I got some amazing answers for you. I've learned a lot of this just in the last 12 months, and it all starts in just a few seconds. So in case you didn't know, this is actually part 2 of my 5-part series on making you beautiful with makeup. I did the eye makeup tutorial last Friday, and they'll be coming out every Friday. And of course, this one's on brows, and they'll also be on foundation and concealer, on contouring and blush, and then the lips, darling. So who started losing a lot of their brow hairs as they got older? Me. I don't know how that happens, or maybe you're one of the people that, I think it was about a decade ago, you know, the super thin brow was in and you plucked away all of your brow hair and there's nothing left. Maybe you're one of those. And what I'm going to show you is how to kind of bring a little bit more life in those brows. And hey, if you like what you're hearing here, I was a former model and I'm always learning about makeup and sharing it with you. If you like what you're hearing, there's a subscribe button down there somewhere, and don't forget to click on the bell and you'll be notified when my videos are up. So let's get into this. So I truly believe that somebody like me really needs to enhance the brows because there's hardly anything there. I'll show you that in a few seconds, and sort of give myself a little bit of an eye lift. And the one thing about getting older and wiser is you learn to say no. The next time they tell me to pluck all my eyebrows out to have thin brows, I'm going to go, no. The next time somebody, well, I didn't do this, but you know, you want to have black tattooed eyebrows, and I'm going to have to say no. And the magic of makeup, I can wash all of this off and I don't have to worry about it. So here I am with no eyebrow makeup on, and as you can probably see, this eyebrow, it's not too bad, but this one, oh my gosh, it's like a total disaster. It's all over the place. It has missing hairs and it's a real mess. So what I want to do is I'll want to just shape them up a little bit, and I usually use a spoolie like this, and it's on the end of a brow pencil. This one just happens to be Burt's Bees. And what I like to do is just kind of brush the hairs up like this, brush that messy hair one up like that as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck the, using some tweezers like this. They have a little bit of an angle on them, so they're good grabbers. Underneath the hairs underneath that are the stray ones, generally you're not plucking the ones on top because that's giving you kind of the lift in the brow, so you're plucking the stray ones. I don't have very many stray ones today. Actually, I usually pluck my eyebrows at night so that it's not all red and yucky looking the next day, just before I put on my makeup. But I'm just going to show you here. I'm just going to pluck a couple of stray ones at the end here, and it wasn't too many, but there you go. So now let's get ready for the next step. So what about this mystery of the missing brows? Well, a lot of women who are commenting, hey, we're all sharing with each other. Thanks so much for that. But a lot of people have told me about castor oil. Who would have thought about this? And apparently you just put it on with a cotton swab and you sort of fill it in just here. And it helps the hairs to grow. Now, it's kind of too early for me right now. I've only started using this. I also find that I want to put it on maybe a few hours before bedtime, and don't put it on too thick, and also really, really follow where you want your eyebrows to be, or else you're going to be growing hair all over the place. But hey, you know what? I bought this at the local drugstore. It was less than $10, and I also put a link for it online underneath here as well. So hey, if you have perfect brows, and this one's almost perfect, good for you. All you need to do is maybe buy a pencil like this Burt's Bees ones I'm showing, with a little spoolie on the end, and of course the pencil on the other end. However, if you have wayward brows like these babies over there, there's something new on the market. Ta-da! They're stencils. This is so cool. You just put the stencil over top of your eyebrow, you kind of put some powder in it, and you've got this perfectly shaped eyebrow. And I'm going to show you about it in just a few seconds. I'm going to actually apply it. And if you're wondering about this and like, what? And you really like the demonstration that I'm going to do in a few seconds, well, we are going to link these babies down below. There's also kits that you can get and individual powders that you can get. So we're going to link them all below. We're also going to have them in our blog at awesomeover50.com, and also in our storefront at Amazon at amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50 in the makeup section. And I'm telling you, these are a great find for me. One of the best finds I've found so far this year. So, oh, and by the way, you don't pay any extra when you're getting something from our storefront. You pay exactly the same, but I have to tell you this, we get a little bit of commission, but I love telling you that because all of you people who are buying there, and then maybe afterwards you're buying a book or something, you're really helping us to stay doing these videos, and from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. But let's get into these stencils. You just won't believe this, it's fantastic. Okay, so back to the stencils. They have different kinds of shapes. This is a natural one. I like the natural one, but they also have what they call big and sexy, you know, for those great big brows. This is for me. So that's the stencil kind of look. Also remember, when you're sort of going to, I'm just going to look down here a bit. Yeah. So when you're trying to find the outer part of your brow, a lot of times if you put a pencil or a brow brush right against your nose, that'll show you approximately where you should start your brow. So, Bill, let's get close here, and I'm going to apply this to my my eyebrow. I need a little bit of help here to make sure that I do it correctly. So it looks like all you do, it's not much work at all. You just do that, and again, I just want to make sure that, because once I do this, it's done. Maybe a little bit over. Okay, so what we're going to do now is and Bill, are you close on this?
Yep.
We're just going to color in like that. And I'm just sort of using this powder here right over my eye so you can see it, and a brush, and that's it. It's just going to go on like that, and then I remove it, and voila! Check that out! Isn't that amazing? And it's a perfect brow. So I'm not finished yet. I want to do a little bit more, and I'm using this pomade from L'Oreal. It's absolutely fantastic. It's that's what it looks like. And all I do is I take it, it comes with a brush like this, and all I do is just put my little diagonal brush here inside, get a little bit of that pomade, and let me just tell you what I'm going to do here. You see how this kind of looks nice, but also looks a little bit fake. It doesn't look properly filled in. It just looks like powder. So what I want to do is do some little kind of brush strokes there. Also, I'm finding that now I'm loving the red lipstick. It took me a while really to get used to it, but I am loving it. So I'm going for a bit of a darker brow now to kind of work with the lipstick. So let's get a close-up. Sorry about seeing all my pores and everything, but we're going to get a close-up, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. Okay, it's on here. And you see, I'm just kind of drawing a little bit. And then I'm using the spoolie. And it's just looking a little bit more like the real hairs. I know when it's close up it's like, ah! But when it gets far away it looks more like real hairs. All right, Bill, let's bring that out a little bit. And you can see what I'm talking about. It's a very, very nice look, I think. So I forgot to mention that this color is called light brunette, and it's waterproof, and it also has a 24-hour hold. So, but you're looking and you're thinking, okay, could you do a little more? Yes, I can, and I'm going to show you right now what I can do with this. I am using, well, I'll show you a new one because this one's kind of gungy looking, but a clear mascara next. And what that's going to do is it's really going to emphasize those brows that are there. So we're going to do another one of those close-ups. And I do have on this brush, I have some clear mascara. It looks a little brown now because I've used it a few times, but all we're going to do is brush up those hairs. And now you're seeing, wow, you know, they're starting to really look like there's some actual hairs there. Make sure you don't clump it on too much because it does get a bit clumpy. And we can do a bit of shaping if we wanted to. Just make sure everything lines up the way it should. But now that brow is going to hold all day. But wait! There's more. Is anybody catching on? I'm trying to do my version of an infomercial, but anyway, looking at this eyebrow, I just need to do some finishing touches, and I'm just going to do it with a pencil here. I'm finding that this part is not really as natural as I want it to be, and I'm just going to bring it up a bit and fill it in just a touch here so that, yeah. So that looks just a little bit more natural. And what do you think? Look at this one compared to this one. Let me just do my magic thing that I usually do here. Before and after. Before and after. And even if you're saying to yourself, oh, you know what, that's just too much on the eyebrows, you really have to see that this is really giving me an eye lift. This one is kind of bringing things down a little, and this one here is just bringing the whole eye up. It's almost like a little facelift. So with the magic of video, presto changeo, I got the other brow all done, and as you can see, there's no more wayward brow. It actually is really framing my eyes and giving me that lift that I need at my age, a little facelift or eye lift there. Now, also, if you saw the video, the first part of this 5-part series, and I will put the link up there somewhere if you want to see it, you will see that I used some foundation, a very matte foundation. In this case, it was the Estee Lauder. And I applied some of the foundation in my eye to use, not in my eye, in this part of my eye to use as a primer. And what some people do to finish up their eye makeup underneath the brows is, you don't have to do a close-up of this, Bill, but basically they just kind of fill in with a little bit here if they want to. In my particular case, I'm not going to do that. However, sometimes what I like to do is to give myself a little more of a lift. I will use a highlighter. In this particular case, it is just from the eye palette that you guys know I love from L'Oreal. And it's this color right here, which is a it's kind of a shimmery beige color. And what I'll do is I'll just sort of put that up here to just give me a something. And I don't know if you can see that. It's just very, very light. but you can sort of see the difference between the one eye and the other one. But let's go a little matchy-matchy. And there, I just kind of gave it a something. So hey, it's giveaway time, and I know there's people out there with the perfect brows, so I thought what I would give away this time would be the L'Oreal pomade, and that also comes with a spoolie and the brush, and also the clear mascara, you know, to help shape again with that. And the pomade is in a light brunette color, so if you want to win this, all you need to do is just put into, well, first of all, be a subscriber, and just put into the comments that you want the brow products, and we'll make sure that your name gets in the hat, and we're going to be drawing for that before our next video, number 3 of the 5-part series, which will be on concealer and also foundation applications. And speaking about winners, it's time for the draw for the mascara, and Bill, you're fantastic.
Hi.
What Bill did...
Not if I don't pull your name, I'm not.
He cut out every single comment of every single person, carefully cut them. So if you put in the comment that you wanted the mascara, it's in here. And now we're just going to throw them all, I guess, into the hat here. Yep. Just mix them all up.
I did mix them earlier.
Sure nobody falls on the...
Oh, way to go, Heather.
Okay, cut. Just a second. Okay.
I got him.
Sorry about that.
Before the dog runs away with it. This could be yours.
Okay, not a person on the floor. And Bill, because you did all this work, you have the honor of picking the winner.
No, don't hate me. All right, I'm going to close my eyes. And I'm really going to just reach in. And do I have one there, Heather?
You do. All right. And the winner is Robin Lewis. And she said, great video. I want to win that mascara. Love the tip about the swoosh. Thank you. So, Robin, we're going to get in touch with you. And everybody who entered into the contest, now you got a chance for the brow. Make sure that you mention that you want the brow draw or the brow winner or whatever. And also, we're going to have another 3 after that. Yes, because it's a total of 5. So, good luck to all of you. Bill, you're going to have your work cut out for you for the next time.
I certainly am.
So actually, you're all winners here. I just love this community. I love how we all talk to each other and share things in the comments. And thanks so much for that. And good luck on the next draw. But one of the things one of the questions that somebody has asked me is that, you know, their brow color is different. They might be going into, you know, their silver hair, but their eyebrows are still coming in black and they don't know what to do about it. And I did ask my hairstylist, and they do color brows. So if that's a problem for you, you might want to go to your local hairstylist and ask them about that. And now it's time for... cuteness factor. Little hurricane. Oh, you've got beautiful brows. He's got beautiful brows, but you know what? He's looking a little bit scruffy lately. It's really cold outside, and we want to keep his fur a little shaggy because we don't want to shave it off. He'll just freeze when he goes for his walks. But we want to just thank all of you, and also let you know that I am now on Instagram. Every single day I post on Instagram, and what I'm doing now is I'm really trying to add some kind of inspirational message. Like almost every day I'm doing that. So if you kind of like the sound of that, just go on Instagram and look up Awesome Over 50 in the search, and you'll probably find me there. And the other thing, of course, as a reminder, is Fridays are beauty and fashion. Of course, next Friday is going to be the foundation and concealer video. So that's part 3 of the 5-part series. And then on Tuesdays we do fun and food, and yes, Little Hurricane sometimes has some special little videos too, and travel, so it's all there. And always remember that the most beautiful thing that you can wear is your big beautiful smile. So until next time, keep smiling, spread a little bit of happiness, and keep it awesome. Everyone's invited to subscribe and join us on our videos.